Now this morning, bells rang out across Tucson in remembrance of a tragedy that took place on today's date in 2011. People across the state and the nation are united today by the memory of the shooting that made former Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords a famed survivor. Giffords herself is taking the day not to relive that morning's misfortune, but to relish life's adventures by skydiving. Giffords stands out for her courage, and it's great to see her embracing that identity as a survivor, especially today. Just the same, that shooting that changed her life is a terrible tragedy that quite possibly could have been prevented. Reporter Sierra Ferguson is in the studio now after meeting with a mental health expert to tell us more. Sierra, what did you learn?
Well, Imani, to get a better understanding of how mental illness played a role in the actions of the shooter that day, I sat down with a professional who tells us how Jared Laughner's personal demons may have special significance to some of the students in our very own community. It's been 3 years to the day since Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords was shot in a mass shooting in Tucson, Arizona. Jared Laughner, the man who opened fire at a Safeway that day, killing 6 and wounding 12 people, may have been pushed over the edge by mental illness. We've invited Barbra Bartell, the president of the National Alliance for Mental Illness here in Northern Arizona, to shed some light on Laughner's condition and mental illness in our community. Welcome, Barbra.
Hi.
Now, first off, I would like to ask you about Jared Laughner, and if you could tell us a little bit about his case and what might have gone wrong there.
Well, to the best of my understanding, Jared Laughner's diagnosis was paranoid schizophrenia, and usually people with paranoid schizophrenia do not acknowledge that they have a mental illness and do not want help. And Jared Laughner was of the age of majority, so his parents could do nothing at this point if Jared did not want help. And the college that he went to kicked him out because his behavior became very erratic and dangerous and scary. And I think instead of kicking him out, it would have been better if they could have had some resources for students with disabilities and gotten him into some kind of counseling and evaluation and possibly placed him into a special program, but apparently they didn't have those resources available, so they just exited him from the college.
Absolutely, and we live in a college town here in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering if you could tell us about how mental health issues are sort of affecting our community here in this town.
Well, I know a lot of students do drop out of college due to mental illness and due to the inaccessible, services that we have. And I think that a lot of students become ill at exactly the age that Jared Laughner did, in the ages between 18 and 24 are typically when the onset of mental illness occurs. And it is very difficult for people to get help. There is not available help through the social service system through access, because college students don't have access, and there's inadequate help at the counseling center at NAU.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can work towards building a better community of acceptance for people with mental illness. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you'd like more information about NAMI, then you can visit our website, naztoday.com.